bizarre with the dark hair and the bangs. I feel like I'm in middle school again. See, I feel like it's much scarier when I say cult and I'm like wearing this. What is up, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Katherine Steele. If you didn't recognize me, that's totally fair because I look quite strange and unusual today. Dad jokes! Today we're going to be doing this tutorial on Lydia Deetz from Beetlejuice the Musical, the Musical, the Musical. I DIY'd this entire Bride of Alex Brightman look. Pretend I didn't just say that on the internet.
You smell unbelievable. Whoa!
Vlog channel subscribers get the reference and know what's up, and if not, don't worry about it. I think Lydia and all things Beetlejuice will be super popular this Halloween, so I thought it would be fun to get into the spoopy spirit with this tutorial. Question of the day, what are your thoughts on Beetlejuice the Musical? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? Have you not checked it out? Let me know in the comments down below. Personally, I think it's super fun. I got to catch it over the summer and I had a great time. I'm a big fan of the cast from all of their previous work before Beetlejuice, so I was really excited to see all of them together. So I was so excited when the Beetlejuice team invited me out to go see it on Broadway. I have that entire night and that whole experience on my vlog channel if you want to check that out. Anywho, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this Lydia Deetz tutorial and geek out over Beetlejuice the Musical. Hello friends, and welcome to my naked face. I know I always make that joke whenever I'm doing a tutorial, but it is really important that your face is naked before you do makeup. Having a skincare routine that works for you and that you can do consistently really makes such a huge difference, not just for your skin, but the way that the makeup applies as well. So right before I did this video, I did my full skincare routine, and now I'm going to moisturize using the Priming Moisturizer by Glossier. Now, the reason I love this primer is because it feels so lightweight and natural. Back when I used to work at Sephora, silicone primers were all the rage, and those can give you a flawless, poreless look, which is awesome if that's what you're going for. Personally, for me, my skin never reacted well with it. I always walked away feeling like I was wearing super thick Halloween makeup. So that's why I prime with just moisturizer. But for eye primer, we're gonna go in with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in the shade Fix. Now, if you're trying to recreate this look or any other kind of smoky eyeshadow, I really recommend using a primer that's kind of tacky so it can hold on to the eyeshadow, and I recommend doing the eyeshadow first. Speaking of eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with the Naked 2 palette and grab the shade Foxy. It's a very light, matte, cream-colored shade, and I'm going to put that on the brow bones and kind of toward my inner corner, basically anywhere where you don't want the smoky eyeshadow to hit. Not only will it help you blend out your shades later, but it'll help retain that brightness in your eyes and keep the look from getting too smoky. Going in with the original Naked Urban Decay palette, may she rest in peace, I'm going to take the shade Naked, which is just kind of a matte light brown shade. Going in with a big fluffy brush, I'm going to apply that all over the crease, the lid, basically everywhere, except right up at the brow bone, because again, we don't want this look to get too smoky. Even though the character of Lydia is pretty goth and she loves her dark colors, she actually doesn't wear a ton of eyeshadow, so we're going to try to keep this part of the look pretty light. Now we're going to go in with that other matte brown shade, Buck. It's a little bit darker than Naked, and that's going to help us create a real shape in the eye. So we're going to focus the shade right above the crease to kind of create depth in the eye, to carve out that shape, and to really focus on the outer third, kind of winging it out just a little bit to make your eyes look a little bit bigger and a little Tim Burton-y. Personally, that's just a shape and a look that I really like for my own eye type and my own kind of makeup sense. If you're not into it, that's totally okay. And if you want your eyeshadow to most closely replicate the Broadway Lydia look, I would actually stop the eyeshadow right here. But of course, I'm a little extra, more is more, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in with that silver shade Verve, and I'm going to put that right on the lid. I love me a good shimmery shade on the lid. I feel like it really opens up my eyes and gives me kind of this Disney princess look, but in this case, it also gives you kind of a fun goth Tim Burton vibe. Taking that matte black shade Blackout and a flat top brush, I'm going to trace my lash line and kind of create a wing in the eyeshadow. Now, this step might get a little messy, and that's totally okay because you're going to clean it up later anyway. You just want to pack down that pigment in that general shape so that you can blend it out using a big fluffy brush to really create that smoky effect. Again, don't worry if it gets a little messy. This is why we did our eyeshadow first and why we're doing our skin last. Now you can just go in and clean up that fallout with a makeup wipe, which is definitely like the most satisfying thing on the face of the planet. For liner, we're going in with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liquid Liner in the shade Trooper,
my absolute favorite eyeliner of all time. As you can see, this particular one has seen better days. It has definitely been well loved. I'm using the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula. It's really nice. I don't usually go for expensive mascara, but this was a gift, so I've been using it, and I really like it. For lashes, I'm using Calabasas by Morphe, and these lashes are a lot more fluttery and a lot less structured than I usually go for, and I'm doing that on purpose because it's helping smoke out the look. So I'm gonna go ahead and pin back my bangs now, because now it is time to get into skin and the rest of the face, which I feel like I do the same way every time. So if you're new here, you can definitely watch along, see what I'm using, see the way that I apply it, but I would much rather take this time to geek out with you about Beetlejuice the Musical. So I gotta say right off the bat, one of my favorite things about Beetlejuice is, of course, that production design. That set floored me when I saw it, and I was really shocked that it didn't win Best Set at the Tonys, simply because of what they were able to do with that one main living room set. Now, I guess mini spoilers for Beetlejuice if you haven't seen the show, but about 75% of the musical takes place in the living room of the Maitland/Deetz's house. There's a lot of projection involved in the way that they're able to quickly change the set and kind of have these magical effects occur, and it's really such a perfect blend of pure theater magic, creating something completely brand new while still managing to pay homage to that classic Tim Burton vibe that I feel is so integral to so many of his works. Actually, now that I think about it, I'd have to say that a lot of the vibe of the show kind of feels like Disney theatricals went on a bad LSD trip, and I truly mean that as the highest compliment. From the very second you walk into that theater, you know that you are in for a ride. They completely changed the atmosphere and the ambiance. It doesn't even feel like you're in a Broadway theater. It feels like you're about to go on a roller coaster. It all just seamlessly works together to let the audience know that they are in for a trip. They're not just here to see, like, Hello Dolly, which, for the record, I actually really like Hello Dolly, but Beetlejuice feels like such an immersive experience, and I'm sure that the show is going to go on tour pretty soon, and I hope that when it does, they're able to retain that when they're traveling the country. Side note, I'm going in with the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade brown because I want to make my eyebrows really dark and really thick. I want to get that full Sophia Ann Caruso vibe. I think she's so cool. She's, like, unreal. Just like her whole fashion sense and the way that she presents herself, I feel like she has the confidence of Billie Eilish. Like, does that make sense? I feel like she just knows a whole bunch of really cool underground music and, like, makes the best black cold brew coffee. I have no idea why, but I just get this whole vibe about her being way too cool for me. But I'm also a nerd, so. Also, this is like the weirdest, most specific side note, but it's all I think about, and I bring it up in conversation way too frequently. Did you guys see the whole Rob McClure versus Amtrak saga on Twitter? Rob, who originated Adam in Beetlejuice, I'm a big fan of him. I got to see him in Something Rotten. I think that was the first time that I saw him live. Anyway, he doesn't live in Manhattan. I think he said he lives in Pennsylvania, but regardless, he relies on Amtrak to commute into the city to do the show. And basically they were having really bad customer service and they weren't owning up to the fact that their trains were messing up everybody's schedules. He ended up missing like 3 or 4 different performances, and there's just like a whole video saga of him talking about his bad experience with Amtrak. Anyway, this whole saga was going on during a time when I had some pretty bad insomnia, so I ended up just deep diving into the situation. Like, before I knew it, it was 2 a.m. I was on Amtrak's customer service site, and I just wanted you all to know that apparently that's what I do with my free time. But now I'm outlining the bottom of my eye. I'm actually taking that flat top brush from earlier and just kind of using the leftover black eyeshadow, and I'm smoking that out on my lower lash line. And this will kind of help create a natural version of that, say it with me now, Tim Burton effect! I feel like the big creepy eyes are kind of like such a staple in his work that I wanted to pay homage to that. I'm also going to put on a bunch more bottom mascara than I normally would, and I'm really going to kind of wiggle that brush to help give it that sad spider effect. I don't know a better way to describe it than like a sad looking spider. Does this make me a beauty guru? Oh gosh, what is this tutorial? I am such a mess, oh gosh. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my wig cap and wig, and I will see you right now.
Oh my gosh! I feel like the camera isn't picking up how cool this looks right now. I don't know. This wig was actually a super long, kind of curly wig that I had, and I restyled it and cut it last night. Choker is from Claire's. Dress was thrifted. thrifted from Goodwill, and I just added some safety pins because safety pins. Of course, to finish up the look, we gotta add some of that iconic berry lipstick. I think it's kind of a really cool idea that they go with like a purpley mauvey vibe instead of just like black or red or nude. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Jam by Glossier because this is the most purple shade that I have. Ooh, yeah, I feel like this just totally transformed the look. Ooh, okay, yes please, thank you. So there you guys go, that is my tutorial on Lydia Deetz from Beetlejuice the Musical. If you liked this video or if you want more tutorials in the future, give this one a big thumbs up. And if you lasted this whole time and you still haven't subscribed, what you doing? Hit subscribe. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so, so much. Break a leg, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!